Look at me all clean, shaven, and looking good. Yeah, eating my first meal of the day. That's that oatmeal and banana, baby. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I feel like I kind of went insane almost over the last 2 or 3 days. It's been mad crazy, just this transition of being here and getting things set up and seeing money fly out of my account and not seeing money go into the account. But now it's time for me internally to switch the gauge, to pull in the income that I know that I'm worth, my time, my effort, my energy, and I'm excited for it now. I'm excited. I'm excited to go door to door, and I'm excited to go to businesses and get things set up. It took an entire day yesterday to get my Facebook page set up and get the promotion set. I'm gonna spend the next today, probably tomorrow as well, depending, getting all of my LinkedIn profiles set up, optimized. So I'll have my Facebook page running, I'll have my LinkedIn running, and then if Nextdoor, I've been playing around with it. If that works, then I'll be using Nextdoor as a lead generator, directing everybody to my WhatsApp and start building those relationships, building relationships with business owners, and also building relationships with non-business owners while I'm on this journey. So I'm going to be going door to door Saturday through Saturday, 7 days, nonstop, about either 10 or 11 in the morning until about 7:30 at night, unless I have callbacks, which will take me beyond 7:30 at night. And this is a make it or break it week. It's about 65 to 80 hours door knocking, depending on how many hours I put in, 8 to 10 hours a day, and then come home, talk to my wife, talk to my son, do our prayer, and then spend about 3 to 4 hours building out the connections, building out the leads, building out everything online to start the process of building out that pipeline. And that's going to be for a 7-day straight hit nonstop of door knocking, building out the business, building out relationships, and just smashing it. The only thing that would take away from the door knocking is if I can build out a system to go business to business and meet business owners through the day or the morning, or events that will probably go into the door knocking time. Because, you know, if I could talk to a crowd of people instead of talking to one person, especially cold calling, because cold calling, going door to door is pretty much like cold calling. But I'm really good at talking to people, so that's what I like doing. I would rather talk to people, go to their door instead of calling them, because, you know, you slam the door in my face, that's cool, but I don't even like when people call my phone and I don't know who it is. So if somebody comes to my door, I'm just like, oh, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? It's a little bit different. So that's the approach that I'm going to be taking, and that's what I'm going to be doing, is smashing doors with the goal of 5 to 10 sales per day. So that means in the time that I'm knocking, which is really, really hard because I have to drive to place to place. It's not just like, let me just park my car and just go door knocking all day. So that's going to cut into my time. I'm probably going to spend like 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours, all day probably. It's going to be driving around, going door to door. So that can be a little bit taxing instead of just getting out and just head down, focus in, hitting door to door. So it's a little bit different than the way that I used to do door to door and selling direct sales. But, you know, figure it out. I got about 80 hours that the goal is what I'm looking to put in, because if I'm doing 8 days, Saturday through Saturday, I'm looking to put in that amount of time those days, and then I'm going to be drained next Saturday, and I'm going to be driving 3 hours to go home. My family's going to be sleep knocked out, but get in super late to be with the fam bam and just relish in the fruits of my labor, because again, I keep saying it, but it's like, if I don't make these sales in the next week, I don't know what's going to happen. There's so much money rolling out in so many different directions. It's like, if these sales don't roll through, if I don't muster up this thing inside of me to go beat on these doors and talk to business owners and knock the stuff out in the next week, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. So that's why I put myself in this position for the last 3 weeks, to just make sure I get so much work done and building up my online persona. Is that what it is? Is that what it's called? Or my online presence, whatever, in this industry, so I can actually reach out to business owners and talk to business owners the way things should be, the way things should be. Me talking to business owners, not just to consumers, which we don't really use consumers in that in that way, but people that are non-business people are called consumers. I'm a consumer sometimes, depending on the situation or not. But it's been wild. It's been a wild ride. Almost, this wasn't not my plan, but almost 2 weeks being here in this place by my damn self. It's been almost 2 weeks of just nonstop work. Some days 8 hours of work and then studying stuff. Some days 16 hours of work. And then today, like this, of just did probably like 6 hours, and then my mind kind of just cut off, because I know I need to get prepped to be physically talking to people for 10 hours a day. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. At the same time, before that happens, answering emails and all the other things that come in. But during that door knocking time, my phone, I mean, I'm not gonna be on my phone anyways, it don't really matter. But just prepping myself to get ready to be out and about and just make things happen and just generate the income that I know I can produce, the income that you know you can produce. So with all that being said, this is a continuation of day 10. I made a video last night just about work ethic and then just about surrounding yourself with the right people. And let me leave it with this. I woke up with this big aha moment, and it is, I have been the problem in my life not progressing the way I want to progress. And when you can say that, you know what, I'm the problem. Dave Ramsey had a really cool small clip that I watched. He said something like this along the lines. He was like, I'm the problem in my business. When I knew that I was a problem in my business, everything changed for me, because I pay my employees doesn't mean that they're not going to go to competitors. Just because I treat people right doesn't mean that they're not going to leave me to go to somebody else. Just because I sacrifice doesn't mean that the people are not going to go somewhere else or just value the opportunity that they have. And that's where I'm at right now, where it's, I've made a crazy assumption in my life where it's, if I work extremely hard and I build this thing, people are going to care about it as much as I do, even if they're partners in it. But I'm realizing, and this is something, this is a journey that I'm on, it's a never ending learning thing, where it's, you have to be okay with when you get to a place in your life of just letting people go. And that's on a business professional level as well, where it's like, if I'm doing all of this work, I just made a video about this too not so long ago. If I'm doing all of this work and I'm just sacrificing, you see that I'm sacrificing, like you gotta hold up your end. And I think when we are in relationship with people and we are in partnerships with people, we let things fall to the wayside, or we let people take advantage of us. I'm not saying that I got taken advantage of, but I have realized I could be so much more successful in my eyes if I would have just figured out a long time ago that I am the problem in my relationships. Crazy. Like, subscribe, and leave me a fat comment if you made it this long in my brain dump.